Greetings. I am Brother Spence on the blessed Sunday afternoon, blessed first day of a new strong seven, first day of the week, Shavua Tov, blessed good Shavua. Blessed Sunday afternoon. Cheers. Kind. Blessed love. Got positive meditation. Take that time to burn the hashish oil. You burn the cannabis, the ancient, that sacred incense, along with the hashish oil. Thanks. My Lady Pamela, must I say, my Lady Pamela has been yanking me around these past 3 or 4 days. And God bless her. That is my love. That is my woman. That is my spiritual wife, my queen. But she had me busy this past Thursday evening of this previous Shabua, this past week, just about 3 or 4 nights ago, on a Thursday night, meeting up with our good friends, Matt Bird and his beloved woman, Sister Mary. Good times. Matt Bird, our good friends, and Sister Mary, our good friend, I got together at Taza. That's kind of a tradition with my Lady Pamela and Matt and I, and then he met Mary. Thursday of last week was a whole entire year since he met Mary at this Indian restaurant just down the hill from this neck of the woods, right here in the Safe Haven. We have the Grandin Village, this side. You have the Grandin Village area, beautiful place to live. Okay, we have the Grandin Village restaurant. We have the Grandin Barber Shop. We got CI, and then we have the infamous Grandin Theater. Wonderful time. But right around the corner from the Grandin Theater, right around the corner from the Grandin Barber Shop and CI and all that good stuff. You pass Spikes, and then you have Taza, delicious Indian restaurant that Pam and I and our good friend Matt and now his spiritual wife, his lady, Mary Francis, are together as spiritual husband and spiritual wife, just like Pamela and I are spiritual husband and spiritual wife. But thus saith the ancient Hebrew scrolls of the Torah, the entire Tanakh, from the Old Testament to the Gospel, or Hadashah, Hadith Kedan of the so-called New Testament, as one testament, in the Bible, in the Quran, in the hieroglyphs, going back to ancient Kemet and parts of Asia, parts of India. You have these divine commandments revealing what marriage truly is. You know, a true spiritual marriage is a covenant relationship between one man and one woman to love each other, to be faithful. Anyways, the religious hypocrites come out and judge I and I, because why? Anyways, Thursday evening, lovely dinner at Taza with Matt and Sister Mary, celebration, good spicy Indian food, very healthy, very delicious. We began to partake in the sipping of the red wine in moderation. Mary and my Lady Pamela drink the white wine. They sip from the white wine. I and I sip from the red wine. My good friend Matthew, he was drinking a little red wine that evening. And we then transported up the street around the corner to the Grandin Theater We check out the Dark Side Experience, the Dark Side of the Moon Experience, a local Pink Floyd tribute cover band with many fellow musicians, fellow local musicians like Sister Melissa Mesco up on stage, and they all sounded phenomenal, an exact duplicate of the actual band, Pink Floyd. It was awesome. Needless to say, we all had a wonderful time. We ate some edibles, burned the ancients, we burned the incense, we smoked the good herbs of marijuana. We burned the cannabis with that higher positive meditation, and we got to the Grand Inn Theater, and there was a guy selling red wine at a little inn table beside the stage in a huge auditorium. So that was kind of nice. That evening, the past 3 or 4 nights, I've chosen to partake in moderation of drinking the red wine. An early first century Christian and original Hebraic custom and modern day custom for I and I through moderation for those that choose to partake. But I was feeling good. My lady Pamela and I were dancing, had a wonderful time. But yeah, the religious hypocrites try to come out and point fingers. They judge. Oh, well, you're not legally married according to man's law. But man's law is man's law. The universal laws of the omnipotent universe and the Father of creation and oneness with Mother Earth, as above, so below, and from within, have a whole different platform. That's a whole different dimension, a whole separate galaxy. All right. Now, some commandments or some of the laws of man apply to the laws of Elohim or the Alahayim, as above, so below. But if many of us strive to love our neighbors as ourselves, love our fellow brethren and sistren as ourselves, then the natural moral compass of righteousness and true peace and love will manifest naturally. That is Brother Matt Bird and I conversating at the Grand Theater. That's my lady Pamela, Brother Matt, and Sister Mary. Shine on you, crazy diamond, my brother. Him and I shook a leg, danced together on the front stage. It was so wonderful. It's positive vibration. And then we got up at 5 a.m. Friday morning, went to work. That evening, a neighbor's house just a block away. Here in the Grand Inn Village, we have Kobe Helms jamming live. Yes, and we sort of migrated outside in the backyard. Wonderful, blessed evening, blessed Friday evening. Do good on Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom. All right. then you had my beloved mother's birthday yesterday on April the 29th, 2023. That's my beloved little niece, Lennon, growing up. My mother, this is Jenna, her good friend. And that's my baby niece, Nora. That's Pamela, the baby whisperer. Blessed Earth Light to Mama Earth. Happy birthday, Ma. That's my sister Kendall, Nora, and wonderful time at Billy's downtown. It's my stepdad Greg and I probably should not have eaten those edibles before I left the house. Look at those eyes. Then we went to some expensive bar, really fancy bar downtown that used to be a bank. I think that used to be a safe. That's it. And that was time on the latter end of Saturday, 7-day Sabbath, good on Shabbat. And that evening after Shabbat, Saturday evening, Pam and I met up with our friends Chrissy and Carol, and Chrissy's husband Jeff, to Space Denny's. Check out some stand-up comedy, some wonderful stand-up comics last night at Space Denny's. Yes. So as you see, I've been quite busy these past 3 or 4 nights, or these past 2 or 3 nights. We had band practice, so I'm sort of picking up with band practice. I need to discipline myself and spend more time on these drum, percussion, rhythms, and different drum beats for this new rock band that I'm kind of developing right now. We're all sort of developing in the infancy stage, so I need to focus more on that. I need to meditate in Torah, in JAH Word, to build my inner power. Yes, Selah. So this video is about maintaining balance. Yin and yang, balance. The balance of light and darkness. Maintain the well balance within ourselves, our surroundings. Yeah, so to maintain that inner balance and harness that inner chi, that natural energy, along with the set apart spirits, the Allah Irats and that angelic fire within. Realigning the 7 lights, the 7 chakras within ourselves. Because I just showed you guys and just shared with you guys some pleasant times these past 3 or 4 nights. Very pleasant, wonderful times. Listening to live music, dancing with my lady, spending time with friends, celebrating my mother's birthday and seeing my nieces and all that good stuff. And other friends of Pam, other teacher friends that she has worked with, and life is good. I'm a little burned out, so you have to have that one day to rest. You have to have that one day, sometimes 2 days, to kind of rebuild yourself, rebuild that inner power, regenerate that positive chi. Because on the flip side, this past Shabua, this past week, it's been crazy. A lot of bad news, sad to say. A lot of good news, but a lot of bad news. So we have to stay positive in trials and tribulations. When the trials of life or the basic signs of life show us turbulence, the winds start blowing, the waves start crashing, and we start to lose balance. But we cannot lose balance. We have to keep walking, just like Christ, just like the great Buddha, the Mashiach, to walk upon H2O, to walk upon the water with our physical bodies would normally defy the basic laws of physics. Through divine intervention, through JAH lights, we see So with the Most High, all things are possible through faith, that knowledge of Elohim, that knowledge of thyself. So the knowledge of ourselves, who we are as the children of peace, the true children of peace. And many people flap their gums and talk about peace and love and pretend to be all about peace and love. And many are, but you will know them. You will know them by their fruits, by their character, how they act, how they talk. Open your eyes. Pay attention. This past week, my lady's daughter, well, I'm not going to put her personal business out there, but I've known some other people who have gone through tragic events of losing their jobs. I don't know if it's because of the recent currency, but he'll be okay. A friend of mine, he'll be okay. He's got the experience, he's got the education. The Most High JAH will provide. But the teacher that I work with in my daily work occupation at Roanoke City Schools had her husband in the hospital like 3 different times last week. Got some kind of infection through something at the hospital when he was having the bladder issues or some kind of bladder infection, and whatever device they used was not cleaned well and gave him a sickness, and he was back at the hospital like 3 times last week. My other fellow co-worker's husband sliced his hand open the week before, so he's been in the hospital. But these amazing and wonderful women I work with are troopers. They still show up to work. We're there for these autism children. Many good things took place last week. But then I hear about one of my best friends had his woman betray him. She wants to break up with him. And she broke up with him and thinks she feels entitled to whatever. But she unfriended all of us. She unfriended all of us on Facebook. And she's got something to hide. So prayers to my brother. You know. Then I just found out this past weekend, my lady's mother is still suffering from Alzheimer's, and they just moved a new nice lady, this new really nice lady, down to the basement, so somebody can be there in case Pam's mother falls. You know, she's fallen a couple times in the past 2 or 3 weeks. I went over there one time to help her up, you know, bless her heart. And her sisters are disabled, or her mother, Salika, her mother's other 2 daughters, being Pam's sisters, are disabled. So it's a blessing to have somebody in the house, but then her mother's giving this poor woman a hard time and doesn't know what's going on because she has Alzheimer's. So my lady Pamela is dealing with that stress and being there for her daughter as well. And then we found out that one of my old friends, more so an ex-husband of Pam and I's good friend Melissa, Sister Melissa, the Kirkalurkin, or the Carolyn, or something like that. We call her Melissa D. But I actually used to know and talk with her ex-husband. His name is Daniel Dickens. Rest in peace. Rest in shalom. Brother Daniel Dickens. Rest in shalom. Rest in salam. You and I, brethren, we have many deep intellectual and philosophical and good spiritual conversations. Much love. Brother Dan Dickens was going through this brethren's Facebook profile earlier this morning and stumbled across this little vid he put out in the past couple years. Did not know that he played guitar. Very intelligent brother. Rest in peace. I'm really sad to hear what's happened to him in the past week, in the past couple of years. We sort of drifted, but we used to fellowship at the Shalom Ridge Assembly years ago. I made life and had it all. But God was in the devil. Oh, where do I go when every room is empty? And I button up, slid on my boots and stormed back to the line. When you stop looking, that's when you find